What's up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another movie review. And today we are starting. We're going to try to go through these all throughout all of July. We are reviewing the Sleepaway Camp franchise, which is a slasher from the 80s, which a lot of people don't know about, but it is a big one in the horror community. And watched it just last night, and I really wanted to talk about it because I think this is a very well-made horror movie. I think. So, what's the story? Basically, these two it's a summer camp, and there's a killer, and it's whodunit type thing. There's not really much to say with synopsis for this one, but what I do like about this one is that they're played by real kids, which I think is great. I like real 12 to 16-year-olds is what I'm assuming. So that gives a good sense of genuineness to some of these performances. And a lot of the kills are nice. I do like the kills. There's one or two that are okay. But the kills for the most part are a lot of fun. Now, this movie does fall into some campiness at times with some of the acting, and sometimes the acting can be a little, but it's a nice little fun slasher, which I think is. It also has. It's very limited. I imagine this movie had a pretty small budget, but the way some of the scenes are shot, and there's a lot of nice character acting in this, and some truly unsettling scenes in this movie. Some for reasons that are great for a horror movie, some that are that's really unsettling. I don't want to give much away for that. But the movie is something that is different. I have to give you that. This movie is different in the terms of slasher. We even though the summer camp thing is kind of a trope in horror, you don't see it very often. Especially because Friday the 13th is kind of dominated that thing, but bringing it over here and it being very different, and it's kind of a whodunit type thing. You're guessing the whole time watching the movie, who is the killer, and I don't know who this killer could be. Who could this killer be? Who's the one causing all these problems? There's no way for us to know until it's revealed. And the movie, I feel it does that pretty well. One thing, there is a scene in the movie, if you can, recommend watching this movie on VHS if you can. But if you can't, obviously that's not really the best. More, I don't know. That's not most. I don't know. But the movie is definitely an interesting horror picture. I forgot the actress's name that plays Felissa Rose. That's it. Felissa Rose is. I feel she does great in the role of Angela. I really do like the way they take this character. She's really shy and everything. You see her open up throughout the movie, and you see some. And you're always trying to guess what's going on in this girl's head, what's going on with these characters, and then the character of Ricky is also interesting. Or Richie, was it? I don't remember if it was Ricky. He's interesting too, but he's obviously, and you get all these little characters. You've got this mean girl character named Judy who's kind of jealous of Angela, which is kind of funny because the way it's done, it's she's jealous of the girl that's silent and everything. This one actually wants to talk to her and everything. And one thing that really sells this movie, and I think this movie has probably it has my favorite horror movie twist of all time. I think it's something you don't see. It comes out of left field, and you're whoa. And it's a really weird twist, and you're what in the world were they thinking when they did this? And also, it's an interesting dynamic the way the film lays itself out, because it's definitely a whodunit. It's a murder mystery slasher in a summer camp setting, but But there are some things, like there's like a scene that's really drawn out of a baseball game. Like there's like 3 or 4 dissolves, I think. And I'm like, this is really long. Like, did we like not have enough runtime for this movie? Like, this is a long scene. I was like, that's a little, and like that's another gripe. Like I said, there's sometimes the acting is a little much. I do applaud the movie for using actual like kids and everything. I don't think that's the same for the sequels. Like they have kids that are supposed to be the same age and everything, but like I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that. It's interesting. You don't see that as actual kids in a horror movie. You don't see that, especially in a summer camp setting. It's like kind of like how you normally see these things. Like you don't normally see them that way. It's normally camp counselors or like pretending to be teenagers and like that. That's normally what it is. And here you get some interesting things, and there's some great character acting here as well. There's also some weird dialogue directions that go with this movie, and it doesn't sit well the best with me at points with some of the dialogue. It's like, okay, you're kind of halving it there, but at the same time, the movie is definitely going in a direction where I'm like, I enjoy what I'm seeing. I want to see more from this, and yeah, obviously, it's just something that a lot of people resonate with, and it's just a lot of fun, I think. But yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes score is a 79, sorry, from critics, and from audiences it is a 59, which is a little bit of a shock, if you'd ask me, for it to be that low on the list there. Like, it really actually very much surprises me there that's how low it is from audiences, to be honest, because I thought audiences would love, but I think like critics probably praise it because of the unique twists and things that the movie goes for. It goes for things that like you would not see be done, and it's a little weird. It's different, but also the same. Like some stuff we've seen. It's a really interesting and unique slasher, I think. Like, it's nothing like over the moon exciting or an over the moon like special, or I guess you said, but it is definitely a interesting horror film for people to take a look at and enjoy. And I think that they handled this in such a fun way, and I think they could have. I think there's a lot of interesting things about this movie, and I feel like there's even been character studies about this movie. I don't even know. I'm very curious to see what you guys think of this movie. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a fun time. I think it's got some decent kills. I think the characters are actually right, and there's actually the characters you want to see die. When they do die, you're like, that character deserved it. There's one character that did like you kind of want to see that character bite it, but then you're like, why didn't that happen? You know what I mean if you've seen the movie. But like, this movie is definitely something that I think people need to, they haven't seen. It's definitely good to watch on this time of year because it's summer. It's a summer-based movie, and Sleepaway Camp is just definitely a very interesting horror film, if you ask me. Now you may be wondering, are you going to do the whole franchise? This is the beginning video. I am. I'm going to do 2, 3, and return. There is something I'm debating on doing. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet, but it's like, I'm not going to get into that in this video because I want to cover something specific, but I don't know how I'm going to cover it because it's interesting. But anyway, what do you guys think of Sleepaway Camp? Have you guys seen it? What do you think of the movie? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you like the twist? Do you like the characters? Let me know down in the comment section below. Yes, the rest of the Wrong Turn movies will be returning in reviews. I need to finish those. Anaconda, also, and Friday the 13th. All those need to be continued. And I also got to finish up my 2021 reviews. And a bunch of movies that I've seen this year still haven't been reviewed, so I need to do that. I have a bunch of stuff that is I hope, and I also thank you guys so much for showing all the love and support on the Jurassic Park franchise reviews. We reviewed every single one from Jurassic Park all the way to Jurassic World Dominion. So thank you guys for supporting those videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!